Welcome back, and I'm going to make buttercream frosting, and I'm going to double the recipe because I always like to have a little extra frosting for either decorating or just to have as a snack later. Mix it with ice cream sometimes. It's very good to have some extra frosting. So let's get started. The first thing I need is butter, and you have to use real butter, otherwise it's not buttercream frosting. So this is going to be chocolate buttercream frosting, so it's going to be really good. Okay, so I'm doubling it, so I need 12 tablespoons of butter. So here is 8 plus another 4, which I already cut, because what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and set aside the butter like maybe a half an hour before you're going to do it or so, just to have the butter soften up depending how cold it is in your house. Okay. Just going to put this in. Make sure that you don't have any, whoops, this is kind of, make sure you don't have any paper. That's important. Okay. No paper. Double check. No paper. It's almost the same color as the butter. I'm going to go wash my hands. So I need a total of 5 1/3 cups of powdered sugar. I store my powdered sugar like this. I'm probably going to have to open up a whole other bag. So I have this large measuring cup. And I just use a liquid measuring cup. Most of the time, if you're doing sugar and flour, you want to use a dry measuring cup. But because it's frosting, and if there's a little bit extra sugar, it's not gonna. I'm not having to bake it, so it's not like chemistry. It's just kind of combining stuff. So I need 5 1/3, and I have almost 5. So I definitely have to open this extra bag and. Just gonna get it to the point where it's 5 1/3. Okay, so I got 5 1/3. And then I need cocoa. So what I have currently, you can use regular traditional cocoa. I have the dark chocolate cocoa today because that's what I had in the house. And I'm just going to put it in here after I measure it. So I need, let's see, how much do I need? I need a cup. Oh, I better go get the cup. This is my 3/4. Don't make that mistake. Here's my cup. And I'm probably going to open up another cocoa as well. That's what happens when you, I think I can just pour this in. I'll open up another thing of cocoa. In a container. Hope everybody's having a good day. I love making frosting because it doesn't have eggs, so you can just, when you're done making it, you could go ahead and eat a little bit immediately. Okay, so I'm just going to carefully spoon this in. Doesn't have to be exact. I just kind of want to get it close. The butter and the milk should definitely be exact. Okay, and then I'm just going to pour this in here. I got my butter, got my sugar, cocoa. Now let's measure out the milk. I need 2/3 cup milk. When measuring liquid ingredients, you want to get level with the measuring cup. Okay, there's 2/3. Okay, and now 2 teaspoons of vanilla, which I'm just going to put in here because it'll make it easier when I pour it in. One. I really like this recipe because it really doesn't have a ton of ingredients in it because we're already ready to go over to the mixer. I'm going to leave the milk out just in case my frosting ends up being a little dry, I might have to add just a smidgen of milk. We'll see how it goes. We're going to start by just mixing the butter all by itself. And I'm using, I didn't show you, I'm using this attachment. You don't want to use a dough hook, and you don't want to go ahead and use a wire wisp, because that's for like egg whites and things like that. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the highest speed, so this is probably going to be pretty loud. Okay, so that's pretty good to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate between, let's see if I can get this, there we go. I'm going to alternate between my sugar and cocoa mixture and my milk and go back and forth. So I got my rubber spatula that is kind of like a spoon. You can see it's kind of got a, let me move this back so you can see. It's got a little area so I can scoop it pretty well. So I'm just going to keep on adding stuff. I'm going to do the first little scoop with the milk, and then I'll just keep on doing that throughout the mixing process. And I'll have to start slow so things don't go flying, and then eventually I will put it on the highest speed. That's the rest of the sugar, and then the rest of the milk. And now I'm going to turn up the speed of it. Okay, now I'm going to scrape down the sides. That's where the rubber spatula is nice to have. Okay. I'm going to turn it on the highest speed. Okay. And I think it's possibly done. Well, I noticed there's still a few things on the sides, so I'm going to scrape it down some more and mix it just a tad more. Done. Just scrape the sides off here. I mean, not the sides, but scrape the beater off as much as possible. And this looks like the right consistency that I want it, so I do not need to add more milk. All right. My favorite part about making frosting, the taste test. Absolutely delicious. Nothing like homemade frosting from scratch with real butter and real cocoa. Absolutely delicious. Tastes so good, it just like melts in your mouth. Very decadent. I hope you enjoyed this video. For those of you who subscribe to my channel, thank you very much. And if you don't subscribe, it is free. Please like this video and share it with a friend. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching.